How did I become this powerful? I did 100 slips, 100 slides, and 100 poorly executed dives every day. Now I am a fall guy. Oh! No! 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 I was right there! See, some people, they train to win. Me, I train to fall. And I've been falling for years. If the last clip didn't make it clear, I am no stranger to falling, both in gaming and definitely in real life. Which is probably why I'm so drawn to Fall Guys.
Why do we fall? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up.
It's the one place where falling is actually the point. Well, sort of. I'm PandaRaige. I'm not a gamer yet, just a girl trying to survive her husband's 200+ game Steam library. Relationship side quest accepted. And we are now officially on to game 2 of our challenge. This is Fall Guys through the eyes of a professional faller. Before we go any further, I gotta crack open a nice cold can of beans. Cheers. Fall Guys is an online multiplayer party royale game, an OMPERG, where you play as a bean. A jelly bean, green bean, pinto bean, kidney bean, lima bean, red bean, garbanzo bean, soybean? The type of bean is unclear. You can be whatever type of bean you want to be, and I choose to be a jelly bean. Your legume competes against several dozen players in a desperate attempt to survive a series of silly obstacle courses and challenges. The slowest players are eliminated each round until one person wins and gets the crown.
I beat the Cyclops, and I rode the Hasselhoff, and I brought the crown back!
If OMPERG seems too niche or convoluted as a genre, you can think of it as basically Wipeout, if you remember that TV show.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
I always wanted to be on that show because I thought my gymnastics agility and cat-like reflexes would make me really good at not wiping out. Side note, I just found out that Wipeout wasn't dead. It got rebooted in 2021. And then canceled in 2025 with its last episode just 2 months ago. Man, am I really good at being late to the party.
And it's gone. It's gone. It's all gone.
Anyway, when you first start Fall Guys, you're this thing, a plain green bean. Look at him. Look at this little guy. He's so squishy, like a cute little anthropomorphic plushie. You can customize your bean buddy with various costumes, accessories, patterns, and faces. Some are available through merit using kudos, but the majority are purchased with money.
Get crazy!
For now, here's what my bean currently looks like. Isn't she cute?
I know good beans when I see them. They're the beaniest.
There are some really great costumes to be found in the game for ultimate beanery. Outfits like veggie hot dogs, snakes, witches, and even handsome Squidward from SpongeBob. I've yet to see a normal panda running around, but I have seen the melon panda available. Fall Guys has different categories of competitions like knockout, ranked knockout, solos, duos, and squads. I spent most of my time in knockout getting, you guessed it, knocked out. Each game consists of several rounds that involves a mix of obstacle courses, survival matches, or point-based games. In obstacle courses, the goal is to tirelessly traverse through the tough track of trouble to touch the finish line and secure one of the qualifying positions to advance to the next stage. Survival is more self-explanatory. Your goal is to not fall off a map that becomes increasingly more difficult to not fall off of. Ah, no! Wait, I qualified! The point-based games are a fun mix-up between the two. They're a lot like survival, but with added tasks like jumping through a number of hoops or maintaining possession of a tail for your character. The obstacles range from slippery slime to slide on, bouncy pads and ballers to pinball your character around, vicious fans and winds to blow away your hopes and dreams, directional treadmills to and speedy circular gates to, well, speed you up. All of these obstacles and challenges combine to make each level a silly fight for the crown.
Oh, no, don't!
My favorite is definitely Speed Slider. It's so good, I've never even lost. No bias here, no siree. And the fact that it involves little to no jumping might also be a factor. In contrast, my least favorite level is Slime Saloon. As of this recording, I have yet to beat it and it stresses me out. I'm just not patient enough and end up jumping right into the slime. Falling into the slime? Another cool mode is Fall Guys Creative. It's a type of map editor where players can mess around with different ideas and even publish their own custom levels. I haven't personally made anything yet, but I did get a chance to try some of the levels made by one of my Twitch followers, and it was actually a lot of fun. It was also very hard. Just turn around at the middle part in the start. This? Oh my gosh, you had a secret way to win. Fall Guys is wacky. It's silly. It's an entertaining mess, especially during the times when you find yourself stuck in a crowd of beans, unsure of where you are in that crowd. The noises your bean makes as they amble around are absolutely adorable. For me, it's impossible to be in a bad mood while hearing every 5 seconds. Truly, they have a way with words. I'm usually more of a story-driven gal, losing myself in the lore and relationships of a given medium. But sometimes, you just want to relax, you know? This game is perfect for when I don't want to watch TV, but I also don't want to think too hard either. This game fits into my idea of a perfect middle ground game, of interacting, but not trying too hard. Speaking of stories, does Fall Guys have one? There is no campaign or story mode to glean info from, and it's left me with questions. Questions that keep me up at night. Questions like, who are these beans? What would it be like to fall forever? Would the feeling of falling become neutral at some point? Do pandas and penguins coordinate their wardrobes? Are they similar because they're part of the same gang? And most importantly, why do I have a full bag of chips but no salsa? Well, from what little the developers have shared, it gets a little weird. Warning, you can't unsee what I'm about to show you. Brace yourselves. According to the developer Mediatonic, our beans in Fall Guys are 183 centimeters tall, 2 1/4 bald eagles, or 6 feet for us Americans. And their anatomy is a little disturbing.
What the scallop?
The eyes are the worst part. But the true anatomy of the guys is unclear, as the developers have also shared a much cuter depiction of the beans, being happy little airbags with big ol' squeaky hearts. This media-edited version shows them to be about knee-high and weigh as much as a nice pillow. Another weird fact is that the Fall Guys eat, or rather absorb, their food through their feet. I couldn't find any details on what exactly their diet is, but maybe it has something to do with all that purple goo. According to Mediatonic, they don't actually have a backstory for these beans. Unfortunate, but I guess that means we get to make up our own. As silly as the game's story is, it's helping me build the skills needed for more story-driven games on my challenge list. One game I'm incredibly hyped for is Clair Obscur Expedition 33, but I want to really enjoy the story without fumbling with the controller. I need to be ready. So if I have to fall off 1,000 platforms as a bean to be ready for Expedition 33, so be it. So what does it take to fall professionally? Not that kind. Unlike my last video, shameless plug, this game actually requires 2 sticks. Well, sometimes. I'm still getting the hang of it, and most of the time it's not necessary, but I'm getting there. Luckily, this is the kind of game where your camera will mostly reorient itself to follow behind your character as you change directions, kind of like a racing game. There are, however, more important controls, namely jumping, diving, sliding, and grabbing. Using these controls in the right order at the right time, now, that's the real challenge. In my pursuit of the crown, I have successfully overcorrected the joystick, launching myself off the map sideways, forgotten which button dives and which button jumps, diving off the map.
Pull the lever, Crunk. Wrong lever!
Panicked about when to jump, leading me to jump way too early, and subsequently off the map. The struggle is real. I'm constantly fighting myself as I routinely forget how forward momentum works and end up, you guessed it, off the map. But it's not always bad. Despite my desperate dives for the decadent diadem at the discontinuance of this daring dash, I have managed to conclusively capture the coveted crown at the completion of these competitions. 20 whole times, in fact.
My cat is fancy. Look at his little crown.
My first crown is owed to a big supporter of my stream and channel. They showed me the power of the piggyback ride and how a capable companion can carry a team to victory. You're literally carrying the team right now. This is hilarious. As you play, you earn crown shards, which eventually add up to a full crown. So one could argue that some of my crowns may have come from that and not actually winning, but
You didn't see anything.
Fall Guys is technically a party game and felt way more welcoming than I expected. The community has been wonderful and I've really enjoyed the digital shenanigans that have taken place. I've been streaming my sessions on Twitch, and even though I haven't played with real life friends yet, viewers have been jumping in to play with me on stream. It's amazing how such a silly game connects people across the world. My husband, for example, has a friend who he's played with for years, over a decade, who lives over 2,500 kilometers away in Canada. That's over 27,000 football fields if you're American, like me. It's just so cool hearing about how his culture and country are different from ours, all while just playing games. It's a community that I never expected to find. Shout out to our northern neighbors, Mujibur, we love you. I just never realized how much connection video games provide. Different time zones, measuring systems, and even languages don't matter in a game, as long as we all speak the language of the game. In this case, racing to the crown. Fun fact, Fall Guys isn't even on the Steam store anymore, but it was when my husband bought it, so it still counts for the challenge. The game has since moved to the Epic Game Store and is delisted on Steam. If you downloaded the game on Steam prior to this epic betrayal, you can still play it on Steam, but you won't be able to use family sharing. Dirt 3 is also no longer available on Steam, but it is available for family sharing. Also, it looks like I jumped into the Blunder Dome just in time, because if you believe the Reddit rumors, it's only a matter of time before the beans get sucked up into the Fortnite black hole forever. No longer a standalone game. Thankfully, Fall Guys is free to play if you're interested in trying it out.
It's free.
We're giving you land.
It's free.
So did Fall Guys pass the test? Can it hold up in 2026, or has it fallen off? Every game on this channel will be put through my patented PandaRaige rating review system, the PPers. First, the Panda score. This is how much I liked the game and enjoyed playing it. Fall Guys gets 4 out of 5 pandas. Sweet, sweet shoots. Now we're crunching some bamboo. Fall Guys is a perfect casual game for getting that quick little dopamine dump. You can pop in, play a few rounds, and not worry about a massive time commitment. Next is the Raige rating. This is how much I wanted to throw my bean off the edge. And this game gets a 2 out of 5. A pestered panda. Sure, it gets frustrating when I feel like I'm timing my jumps perfectly and my bean just doesn't make it. But at the end of the day, the stakes are low. If you fall, you can just shrug it off and try again next round. This would be a 1 out of 5 on the Raige rating if players couldn't grab me and hold me back. No, somebody pushed me off! How rude! How rude! If you've made it this far, thank you. If you want to join in on the pandemonium, you can subscribe down below. And Game 2 is now officially checked off the list. I am still working on that cat game that I teased in my previous video, and you can currently catch me streaming it on Twitch. I have a big library to get through, but as always, game suggestions are welcome. After seeing the feedback from my last video, I may need to incorporate another racing game. Does anyone remember Burnout? Delicious. Cold raw red beans. My favorite.